Welcome to this episode of the lost my train of thought. Freebird Rule Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm Aaron. We've got Kyle here, and then we have a special guest with us.
Special, I guess.
You're so sweet.
Yeah, I love you.
You're just the best.
You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Mikey. I tend to hang out. I don't know. I like wrestling. I think that makes sense for me to be here.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
the prerequisite.
That's the criteria.
Yeah. You like wrestling, and you're not a complete piece of shit.
And me and Adam get along pretty well, so I don't think he'll mind tagging me in. So,
No, that's fine.
This is the first time we've actually gotten to use the whole Freebird Rule thing of just tagging in when someone can't make it.
Yep.
So.
It's vacations or something.
Yeah, people going places.
I'm going places.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going places.
Yeah, to the studio and back.
I'm going to Disneyland.
Yeah, I pretty much go to work and back, and that's it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, WrestleMania was last weekend.
Yeah, it was.
NXT Takover was last weekend.
Yeah, that was.
Did you watch NXT?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Big things happening on the shows on there, so let's kind of jump into it. So, do you want to do them in order? So we do Takeover first?
Yeah,
let's do Takeover first. Yeah, I've watched so much wrestling. I watched I watched NXT from last night or from Wednesday last night. So I've watched wrestling now from last Monday pre-WrestleMania until last night, and I'll probably watch something again today.
Jesus,
it's like almost 14 days of solid.
No, I get that. I know those feels, but fuck.
Yeah,
it's been awesome.
Yeah, I had a lot of stuff to do on there, so I was like, I could watch wrestling, or I could sleep for about 5 minutes and then have to go back to work.
Fuck sleeping.
Sleep is for the weak, and yet I need it all the time now.
Yeah. It's because we're getting older.
Yeah, so weak.
None of us are as young as we used to be.
No fucking spring chickens.
Yep. But yeah, NXT, that ladder match.
That ladder match was insane.
Yeah, ladder match was really
pretty cool.
Ricochet had a lot of really good spots in that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I was picturing that. Like, as I was thinking that ladder match, the first image that popped into my head was Ricochet doing that backflip moonsault off the ladder.
That's good.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing I remembered when you said Ricochet was Lars Sullivan and I lost his name. The Beast of Belfast.
Killian Dane.
Killian Dane.
Oh, just throwing
him back, basically
but he takes such a good such a good hit. You know, like he sells it so well.
Yeah, that was.
I'm excited
awesome.
to see what he's gonna do in NXT.
I'm excited for seeing more from all of those guys.
It reminded me of like early career Shawn Michaels. Like Shawn Michaels used to be able to sell a hit so well back then. I mean, he could sell it later too, but I feel like later on he was just a little more like hesitant to do some stuff, but he still had those classic moves like the flip into the turnbuckle move and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, except for that match with Hogan where he just oversold everything just to wash out Hogan as hard as he could.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he had very much like that bounce that Shawn had back in his earlier days.
No,
like,
that's a good comparison. That's a good comparison there.
I think a good match for him coming forward on here, because they haven't really done much with him, is Lio Rush.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the stuff that he's done with them, and they haven't really matched him or done anything with him. Part of it was punishment for just some stupid things that he did on his own. But I think Ricochet and Lio Rush would be a good
somebody else was talking to me earlier, and they were like, is Lio Rush still employed? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's still there, but I'm pretty sure that he would have been in that ladder match had he not made some mistakes on social media.
Yeah.
You know,
but you think they would have made it 7 people, or do you think that he would have taken like EC3 out? Or?
Yeah, EC3 or someone else wouldn't have been in.
Yeah.
Dude,
but like, it worked the way it did.
So EC3 walks out, right?
Yeah.
For that match, and all I did like instantly, I was like, fuck, that dude's traps are insane. That's all.
Are you not familiar with him at all?
I mean, I am, but I just hadn't really noticed before. Like, I was just kind of like, dude, that's like Rollins level traps.
It's crazy.
I miss old school Henry Rollins, like young Rollins, the giant traps, you know, and you're like, does Henry Rollins have a neck? And it's like, no, his traps ate them. Yep. And EC3's in that same point where it's just like, he doesn't have a neck anymore. He just has traps connected to a head.
Yeah.
But, it was
good.
It was a good ladder match.
It was really good. I like the Death Valley driver on the ladder from Velveteen.
Oh, man. Velveteen and Ricochet, I want to feud from those two for a while.
Yeah, for sure.
Adam Cole versus everyone.
Pretty much.
Adam Cole winning it was great. That was cool.
I was talking to some friends about it, and I had 2 really stupid things about it that I kind of wanted, that I was pondering. And one of them was I didn't know why they went with the title of a North American title.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was kind of weird. considering there's a U.S. title in WWE, and just because I thought that was kind of a weird way of being like, it's America but not America, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, why didn't they just make a television title?
Yeah.
Like it's a more fitting thing to do that like all the other companies used to have a television title.
I guess to contrast from the UK title that they have.
Probably, I think that's what
I
it
guess.
is.
Oh, I guess that's a good point. I didn't think of that. Yeah.
But I would have called it the network title because it's always going to be defended on the network.
Yeah.
So it's the TV kind of the future where things are streaming.
Well, that's a good point.
Or like Zack Ryder's internet title.
Oh yeah.
Or that's kind of all copying off DWO anyway in our full access title.
This is true.
That's not
totally.
a plug at all.
It's totally.
I'm gonna start calling you Foley if you're gonna do plugs like that.
That's next weekend, so we're gonna probably have some more plugs.
We are gonna plug
the
the shit out of next weekend because that show's gonna be awesome.
It is gonna be fun.
Fair. So that was the first thing, and then the second thing was that I was pretty fucking sure that the only reason that title got made was because they were gonna belt Alistair, but they wanted to belt Adam Cole too.
Yeah,
it was just one of those things where it's like, well, let's just make another one. Like,
yeah,
I can see that.
They've been needing
because the momentum the Undisputed
title.
Era has is just so like.
I feel that for a while, they needed a secondary title.
Yeah, with NXT growing as much as it is on here, they need a mid-card title.
Well, and they're touring now. Like they're all over the place. Like they're almost at the point where they're doing 2 shows a day in Florida. It's separate directions. Like they're doing a ton. So yeah, might as well.
You guys are fucking crazy. These muffins are so good.
Maybe I'll have one of your crazy vegan muffins.
They're super good. I took them from work and I don't regret it at all.
I had donuts this morning, so I'm good right now.
Wait, was there a promise of donuts, and where are these donuts at?
No, there was no promise of donuts.
I thought you said there was going to be coffee or donuts or something.
I was going to bring you something to drink, but then you never told me what you wanted to drink.
My wife is.
I put the ball in your court and you dropped it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
That's
classic Mikey.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. The women's match.
The women's match
started off really rough. It didn't seem like they were in sync, but they got it together.
Yeah.
By the end.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised they put the belt on Shayna so early.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of had to, right?
Because they're moving Ember.
Moving Ember up, I guess. But that's part of it that kind of it bugs me, and they get into a situation where they're like, oh, we want her or we want anyone to move up, but they've got the belt, so then they have to drop it just to whoever else is there.
But that's the old rule. That's the classic rule.
But I don't know if Shayna was the best choice for that.
Oh, I'm not saying that.
Rather
I'm not going to disagree with you at that. I'm just saying that I mean, of course that's how the second that match was set up, you knew that that's how it was going to go down because that's the rule. Like, that's how you do it.
And I get that. I would have preferred Kairi Sane in that role or someone else.
It gives you. I think it's a good role too because it gives you like a sense of humility, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you drop something to ascend.
Yeah.
It's like failing backwards, which is like the story of my fucking life, by the way. But we're not going to get into that.
That's a podcast for another day.
Yeah, just failing backwards with Mikee Riggs. But that's
coming soon to a streaming service.
For the most part, I think everybody has to go through it. It's like a rite of passage, unless you're fucking Asuka and you get treated special.
Yeah.
Fuck Asuka.
Yeah.
I love Asuka.
Well, no,
I love Asuka, but like fuck that. I hate that they did that. I hate that they brought her into WWE undefeated. And it's like, and I was like, I went into WrestleMania. Well, we'll get back to that. We'll come back to that because that was a whole separate thing.
All right. And then there was the title match. Was there one between the women's match and the title match?
I don't think so. It was a really weird kind of setup for me because I remember watching it and being like, okay, we're doing the title match because the title match is like in the middle of the card.
No, there was the tag match.
Oh, that's right. There was the tag match.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then the title, and then Gargano.
Tag match was really good, and then the ending was spectacular.
Ending was fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't see it. That was cool. I got surprised. I love when wrestling can surprise me.
Yeah.
That's,
It seems so rare these days, too.
It does seem rare.
Yeah.
Or it's more rare. There were a few surprises this weekend, though, so it was kind of a fun... I think that's what builds into it. It's like... I mean, obviously, yes, wrestling is predictable. Guy A versus Guy B, one of them's going to win. Oh, my God, it's so predictable. Like, I don't get into that traps too much because, obviously... one person or the other is going to win.
But you say that, but this weekend is like a perfect example of how you can break those norms.
Yeah. Well,
like you should leave your audience guessing, but it's been years since WWE's been willing to take those kind of risks, and this year they took a lot of those risks. There was a lot of matches I went into thinking, oh well, this is going to happen this way, and it went the other way, and I was like, good, because I fucking hated that it was going to go this way. You know,
and that's the point I was.
And that's WrestleMania,
before
right?
you cut me off.
Oh well, I'm a cuck, so it happens. Here, have a muffin.
Okay.
It's so delicious and so moist.
These muffins are not sponsored.
But they're so moist.
They
I'm
are
not going to tell anybody
moist.
who makes them.
They are moist.
I'm not plugging muffins.
No.
I mean, is there a sexual innuendo in there? Because then I could be plugging muffins. We'll get back to that.
All sorts of plug-in muffins.
Jesus.
You already degraded the quality of this podcast so much, Mikey.
Have
Right?
Yeah.
Great.
Like, it's a good thing we already marked it as explicit.
Yeah.
I think this...
Did you just guess ahead of time? Like,
No, it was my
we do
fault.
because
I
of-
started
because of
swearing the
Kyle.
first episode, and I'm like, fuck, can we swear? Because I'm
Like-
fucking swearing.
Yeah.
It's our podcast. We can do what we want.
You can do whatever you want.
Yep.
Yep.
So I guess that means that
That's a good
they're
muffin.
keeping Roderick down on NXT and not moving him up to 208 because now they've got him in this whole storyline at NXT.
205.
205.
Yeah.
208 would be a really weird number. 208 live!
I got to cut weight. I'm at 209. How are you going to do it? I'm just going to throw up.
Yeah.
No, but Roderick Strong, the Undisputed Era, as a strong faction, I dig it.
Yeah.
It was such a shock. It was cool.
Maybe that's why they didn't move Sanity up.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. 4-on-4.
Yeah. I think that's the move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe giving Nikki Cross a chance to wrestle the
Some of the dudes.
some of the dudes on there since they already let Ronda Rousey do it.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Kind of. Yeah, I can see that. Tag match was good.
Yeah.
I mean,
tag
I
match was
enjoyed it.
great. Good
Yeah.
ending.
Title match. To me, the title match felt a little off. They weren't.
Shut your mouth.
They weren't as in sync as I would have wanted them to be. Because I love Aleister Black and I love Andrade Almas, but they just weren't as in sync.
It's
as
crazy that
I
that
thought they could
match.
have been.
I enjoy
Was
Almas.
a
I think he's
rematch.
good. He's charismatic. He's a fun wrestler. But I worship at the altar of Aleister Black.
I know you do.
As
Yeah.
a Satanist to a Satanist kind of thing, you know? Like,
Yeah.
He was that was a rematch though of last year's first match.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Which was crazy how far those two have come. Where they were opening the show last year and this year
They're in the
Headlining.
co-headlining for the title.
Yeah.
You know, that's cool. I
And
really
Aleister
dig
Black he's still considered undefeated, right?
that. I think so.
And then he's got the belt, but he'll
Yeah.
have to
Well,
he'll
he's-
have to drop it whenever
It's like
they
an
move
Asuka
him.
thing. He wasn't pinned or submitted, but didn't he lose like a ladder match or something like that? a
Yeah,
while back?
he had nothing to do with the ending of it,
Yeah.
but he was still there.
Yeah, I don't remember.
See, we're gonna come back to that. That fucking is eating at me just every time you bring it up. But I don't know. I love Aleister Black. I think he put on a really strong performance.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably one of the strongest. No, he's the strongest dude they have right now.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
it's either him or Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is it's like I just
Excuse me.
Team Satan, so I'm all about it. Like, I'll follow that dude to hell and back.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I saw him wrestle first time last year at Takeover, and I was just like, this is awesome. I think my first thought was, Mikey's gonna love this guy.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Plus, Incendiary is his theme song, so I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck yeah, dude, let's mosh and hail Satan. This is a
Yep.
bonus.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, I wish Code Orange had performed his song again, but it's all right. They already did that.
yeah, it was cool when they did that.
It
too.
was cool. When they
Yeah.
did it. I'm really high on Code Orange again right now.
Really?
Yeah,
I like that band.
I need to get more music from them.
For
They're
sure.
good.
And then match of the night, probably match of the good argument for match of the year was the unsanctioned
Yeah,
match, Gargano and Ciampa.
you know, last NXT, it was Black versus Cole
Mm-hmm.
in that street fight. And I
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh, that
man,
was
that
so
match was
brutal.
incredible. That might be match of the year. And then Gargano and Almost put on a match after that. I was like, oh my god, that might be match of the year. And like Gargano and Ciampa then put it on this. Fuck the story.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, like this 2-year build from starting as a tag team and like in the Cruiserweight Classic and wrestling each other and then being this like successful tag team in the Dusty and like working so hard and then like the falling apart. Oh my god, it's so fucking cool.
It's a good story.
I just came.
Yeah, it's a good story. Who brought down the integrity of this podcast?
You first.
No, good story, great match. I love both those dudes. I think they're both really good. I'm not as swept up on Gargano as everybody else is.
You're
I don't know
wrong.
why.
You're
I don't
wrong.
know why. I
I
think it's just because he just comes off as like, it's not in his
Clean
not
cut?
no.
clean cut.
It's not his abilities because his abilities are fucking there, right?
Yeah.
I just think his character, like the way his character is like portrayed, just kind of bores me, and I'm just kind of like, oh, I get it, you're a wrestler. so's every fucking buddy else, dude. So I think that doesn't work for me, and especially since I've always been a character wrestler guy. I mean, I'm a Mick Foley Undertaker kind of dude, so that's why if you put someone like that against Aleister Black, I'm gonna be like, dude, I'm gonna follow that dude.
Yeah, no, I get that.
You put Finn Balor against that guy, I'm gonna follow Finn Balor. You know?
And I feel like Johnny Gargano, when he popped up on my radar a couple years ago, I was like, oh man, this guy's got like this. He's got like the Daniel Bryan potential.
Oh yeah,
totally.
He's
always that underdog. He's always the underdog, and that's just I love him in that match. Man, the way that match ended, like when he breaks off that crutch and like he's gonna stab him, like he's so angry, like it's kind of like this like superhero juxtaposition where the hero, like Batman's about to kill the Joker and he's like, I'm gonna fucking murder you, and like then he's like, but then I become you, and then like he goes, then you feel it.
Did you cry? Because you sound like you're about to fucking cry.
I might.
It was close.
There was like
it was pure Shakespearean poetry.
It was good, but then
it was really good though.
But then like it looked for a second like they were gonna have the reconciliation, and like if that had been the ending, I think I would have been okay with that too. Where it'd be like, oh man, they really do care about each other, and they fought. Now they realize.
I had that same feeling where they were like, there was like, because they held that scene so long. I was like, are they gonna get back together?
Yeah,
like that'd be crazy.
And then Tommaso still is such an asshole that he then turns on to go again and like with a cheap shot, but Gargano was ready for it, making him tap out with the brace.
That was
I just watching the torque on his leg there, and his leg just goes sideways. It's like it's not supposed to bend that way.
Yeah, that match was awesome.
But yeah, I remember them in the Cruiserweight Classic, and the story learning from that, and then when he turned on Gargano, when Ciampa turned on Gargano, and Ciampa comes in the next night with the crutches and everything, and he cuts that heel promo, which was amazing. And then I was like, now I can't wait for this, and then I had to wait like almost a year. For that to come to
322 days or something.
It's good. That's a good build. Yeah, like sometimes you got to earn something like that, you know.
Mm-hmm. It definitely keeps you watching.
And usually the matches I have to earn are the matches I don't want to earn. Like that's the thing, is I wanted to earn this, and usually like WWE will put on some shit and they'll be like, you're going to wait a year for this match. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I don't want to wait a year because I don't give a shit about this match. I don't care about seeing Rock Cena. I don't care about seeing Brock versus Roman again and again and having to wait months between them. I don't care. Like, those matches don't excite me.
Yeah, but it's also...
There's no... You know why? Because there's no story. There's no poetry. Yeah. Like, it doesn't feel earned. It doesn't feel earned, huh? It's not Shakespearean, yeah. But it doesn't feel earned, you know? Yeah. And this felt earned. Like, you earned this match, they earned that match, you know?
Yeah, no, and it was cool. And then they both had injuries that they had to rehab after that match, after that ladder match with AOP a year ago, that they had to recover from.
Yeah. And it kept... It's good for business too, because it kept people tuning into NXT. Like, are they going to come back? Is Ciampa going to come back and do something?
Gargano comes back before Ciampa and has his whole thing with, trying to get like him when him and Almas started.
Yeah. And
like Zelina Vega's like throwing DIY shirts at him and like throwing him off his, off his game. Just so good.
Yeah.
DIY. Yep.
All right, so that was. Takeover, and that one, I don't know, so that foreshadowed maybe a good half of Mania for me, watching that the night before, and then a bit, Mania had some really good moments and good matches, but it kind of overshadowed a lot of it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but I have for a while. I usually prefer Takeover. Pretty much any situation, I prefer Takeover.
I think that's an easy thing to do, though.
The band that opened Takeover this year sucked, though. I don't know that band. I don't like that band.
Oh, yeah. I think it's easier because they have less stories going. Mm-hmm. WrestleMania had 15 matches. NXT had 5. Yeah. If WrestleMania had only had 5 matches and it was their top 5 matches and it was their major storylines,
it still wouldn't have been as good.
But they're telling stories for different audiences. NXT is like this hardcore wrestling audience. WrestleMania is this mainstream.
But I think that's the problem. Is I think that WWE thinks that those are two different audiences. When I don't think it's like that anymore. I think that we're in this age where Bullet Club T-shirts are the highest selling T-shirts at Hot Topic.
Yeah.
It's like they're making money hand over fist with that shit. Mm-hmm. And it's like if that's the case, then that means everybody's in that mind state. Everybody's looking to the indies, and if people are looking to the indies on that level, then that means that everybody's willing to see NXT level shit on WWE.
Yeah.
They don't want to see goofy ass shit.
But there's still enough people that want to see the goofy ass shit that you have a comedy match or a comedy bit and people still
have
like
a 9-year-old wrestle
or a little kid.
Yeah, a little kid, fucking Nicholas. That was awesome. You didn't like that?
I didn't dislike it. We'll get to it.
Good pop. I thought it was like we were talking about on the night. We were talking about how it's a good kind of a break between the heavy what they're thinking is going to be the heavy duty match between AJ Styles and Nakamura and Lesnar Reigns.
Yeah, it was.
I could have probably gone home and been okay without seeing, but
it was a good little it was almost a good. I mean, we're already in WrestleMania. We might as well just talk about it. It was a good little not comedy bit, but comedy bit to throw in there and be like, look, we're doing something really silly because obviously Braun could defeat these two by himself, but we're gonna have fun with it, and hey, this kid is gonna be.
So here's my thing with that. One, having Braun beat two guys by himself buries the two guys that he beat by himself. Whether or not you feel that way, that's the truth. Seeing one guy beat two guys on his own that are supposed to be the tag team champions, they're supposed to be the two guys that can beat everybody as two guys. Yeah, that doesn't help them at all. One. Two, I have nothing against pulling a kid out of the crowd and doing that cute spot. Mm-hmm. I do have a problem with that kid being a tag team champion and being in the record books as a tag team champion. That bugs me because that bugs me on the same level as David Arquette being WCW champion.
I heard a lot about that.
Yeah, I saw some people talking about that too. David Arquette bugs me more.
Well, David Arquette's goofier. That kid has more class than David Arquette.
This was a one-time thing. The kid didn't do anything. They dropped the belts the next night.
I mean, I get that, but it's just I don't know. It's just it sits with me weird because it's one of those things where it's it kind of devalues the titles to me when you do goofy shit like that with the titles. Had they just done that as a grudge match, I'd have loved it. Yeah. But once you put your titles in that situation, you're devaluing your titles to me, and then I'm just kind of well, I can't take this seriously if you don't take it seriously.
Yeah. I can see that, but then they build back up, and you begin to take them seriously again later.
Take them seriously once you've got basically building up the Raw tag team.
I hadn't taken the tag team division seriously for a long time, and then the bar came, and then I was like, okay, cool, I can take this tag team division seriously again, and then they just stopped. They took that away from me.
I mean, for me, the Raw tag teams, if we're going to really look at them, the Raw tag team division hasn't been very solid for a while. SmackDown has been fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
So doing something like that.
SmackDown.
Well, Superstar Shake-Up next week. Maybe it'll happen.
That's the move for sure.
Yeah. But, and they might, I don't know, they might be, I was thinking on here, moving the Usos to Raw to build up, basically just put the Usos wherever you want to build up your tag team division because they'll do it.
Switch the Usos.
I feel like the tag team division hurts itself by being segmented like that. I really feel like there should only be one tag team title, and it should bounce between the two shows.
I agree with that. I would do one men's title or one tag title and one women's title, and that champion defends on both shows.
You know what? I actually don't mind the idea of there being a Raw women's and a SmackDown women's, but I think it'd be rad if there was a women's tag that went through both shows.
We've been talking about that.
And I feel like it's coming because the roster's getting bigger and bigger, and they're going to have to do something else.
Especially with the Iconic duo, or I guess the Iconics they're calling them now.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know why they needed to change that.
I want something copyright, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
Iconics.
But do you think Carmella will join up with them?
No.
No.
She's not that iconic.
She's not iconic at all.
She's also not Australian.
Yeah, she's not Australian.
It's true, she's not Australian. But you never know with them, dude. They might just be like, we're going to put you here because reasons.
Yeah.
I've seen dumber shit happen to WWE.
I mean, they could do stuff. Maybe they'll have them support Carmella now that she's champ for a while.
Yeah.
Which was cool. That was a cool call-up. That was a cool cash-in.
They could do 3-on-3 against the Riot Squad, too.
Yeah. Kind of, that part, unfortunately, I got a little behind, so I didn't watch SmackDown live. When it was live, so I kind of knew that she cashed in before watching it, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
And good for her. She deserves it,
Okay, so actually on WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
Actually on to it.
What was your favorite match, Aaron?
Favorite match? Well, I have to go with the Daniel Bryan match because
you're a
loves me some Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Hey, although I really love Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn too, and I'm interested to see what they're going to do with their characters. And then they made them wrestle the next night to try to get a job.
So have you seen that Kevin Owens does not have a Twitter anymore? The Kevin Steen Twitter is reopened.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
There and Pro Wrestling, whatever the ProWrestlingShirts.com or whatever is selling El Generico shirts and Kevin Steen shirts. So they're really kind of playing it up that they're gone, which is cool. They should for a while. Let them be gone for a while.
Yeah.
Let them do something. And I mean, maybe they needed time off, and they're like, cool, we're going to be gone for a while.
Maybe Sami Zayn needs to be El Generico because I love El Generico.
I love El Generico too. But I like it. I like Sami Zayn a lot as well. So
I do, but his whole shtick is about as dead as Ska, and Ska's pretty fucking dead, man.
No.
I don't know.
Scott's
This whole them as bad guys thing, like Kevin Owens is always a heel, like that makes sense.
Yeah.
But Sammy's a weird fucking heel.
No,
man.
I love
Sammy.
Such a weird heel
because he's like obnoxious.
because he's just like, look at me, I'm a bad guy, but I'm a happy bad guy. And you're like, all right, I guess.
You know what? I saw this comparison online. You know, in those old like Looney Tunes cartoons where there was like the big dog who was like the bad character, and like the little one who was bouncing around and be like, "Yeah, man, you're gonna get him. You're gonna get him."
That's totally them. Yeah.
That's Sami Zayn. He's the little dog. He's like, "Yeah, Kevin,
them.
you're gonna get him. Go get him, Kevin. Let's do it, Kevin. This is great. Yeah,
and you
we're
know that's
bad."
totally probably what he's doing too.
Oh, yeah.
I was
it's still so fucking goofy.
I was listening to an interview with them, and he was saying it's like he had to tone his antics going down to the ring down because someone compared him to the it's a gif of Nelson Muntz and
oh yeah,
what's the
From
it was Martin. It's from the
and
from
Martin's
the
like
Lemons
dancing
and
around
Troy.
him.
They go to Shelbyville for the lemons, and then like one of the dudes, like Martin tries to fight get this lemonade from this kid, and the kid's like, "It's not real lemons, it's country time lemonade. There's not a real lemon in it." And then fucking Martin or Nelson has to come out and like defend Martin after the kid's brother tries to defend like the little kid. It was so funny, and then he like prances around him and starts singing the tale of Nelson and Martin.
Yeah,
and every once in a while Nelson takes a swing at him and misses him.
Yeah, and that's what they were using to describe Kevin Owens.
You need every podcast.
Let's just make one that says, "I'm addicted to pop culture and have no friends."
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Shane McMahon didn't need to be in that except to balance out the two.
Basically,
Daniel Bryan did a great job.
It was cool.
Yeah.
And again, that was an unexpected one. I thought Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens were going to win.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You know what's fucked up is I was hoping that Daniel was gonna actually turn and side with them.
Yeah.
And that everybody's just gonna be like, I don't know how to feel about this.
Yeah, I think that'd be too much.
I like gut turning
right
people like that though.
Too much since they were already going to turn Nakamura.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good move for him.
Yeah, that was like, I didn't see that one coming, so I was like, okay, that makes sense.
That was a shock, and that was cool
but
too.
I guess you can't really see anything coming with
different.
that dude because he doesn't really speak English.
It's tough.
So it's not like he's gonna be able to like tell you his motivation slightly.
Did you see the SmackDown though? He like Renee goes to interview him, and he says something, and then it kind of like brushes her off, and then she's like, "Well, come on!" Like you know, she pushes the question more, and he goes, "Sorry, no speaky English," and walks away. It's fucking gold. So funny.
Yeah. And seeing some of his stuff from like the old stuff that you can find on YouTube from New Japan.
Yeah.
I think I think his character and his wrestling ability is gonna come out a little bit more.
Yep.
Now that
the traffic all going one direction is so weird.
Now that he's a heel. So you're gonna see him be able to be a little more aggressive and get to see more of his stuff.
Yeah, I think it's a better move for him all around. Yeah, that was a good match.
Well, he's been in WWE and NXT now, what, 3-4 years almost? Yeah. So like it's a good change to finally switch it up.
Mm.
Some people never switch it up.
It's true.
And I hate them. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm just gonna say I hate that. I hate when people get stuck in a character and they just kind of ride it out.
Oh, what, like John Cena?
Or Roman Reigns.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that the same person?
No.
From the company's idea.
I like John Cena and I like Roman Reigns. I like the work that they do.
I like John Cena now more that he wrestles less.
Yeah, I can see that.
And he loses?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he doesn't spend his time burying people because of ego?
I did like his selling of being scared of Undertaker's sit-up. That was like the only time... It's the only time I've seen Undertaker sit-up be taken seriously in the last...
I mean, to be fair, he doesn't do it as much anymore either, though.
I think because he's old and he can't sit up.
He's old. It's kind of that's mean. He's a little too far, but yeah. I mean, like it is definitely a little bit harder for him to do it these days.
Yeah. You know?
Just because he gets winded and he's like gassed out and he's just trying. He's like, fuck, it takes a lot to sit up straight like nothing, you know.
Yeah, but. I mean, that was a cool match.
You ain't doing that anytime soon. I ain't doing that anytime soon.
I kind of wish that. I almost wish that match didn't happen.
I totally wish that match didn't happen.
So that it could have happened next year and had a year-long build-up for it, but...
I guess. There was a bunch of like blogs and shit were trying to say that maybe Undertaker would just be like, I'm going to send this person out to fight for me and just pass the torch off, and I much rather would have seen something like that. I don't know, man. I love The Undertaker. I love The Undertaker.
Yeah.
I love Evil. I love The Undertaker. But that said, he's fucking 53 years old. The dude's done his deed. He's earned his fucking place. I was like, I went into that match and I was just kind of like, okay, I don't know why this is happening. I'm trying to find a silver lining, and the only silver lining I could come up with is if he wins, at least Roman Reigns didn't retire him, and at least he won.
Yeah.
You know, at least I get that, so I can shut up Roman saying that he retired the Undertaker, because I fucking couldn't stand that.
But now Taker's back even more, like, because he's doing like the
greatest Royal Rumble.
Why? Like, why though?
In a casket match against Jericho, because
they're gonna bury him in a casket and he'll be finally done. Please, maybe.
You know what?
Because if I'm Undertaker, that's how I want to go out. I want to go out 6 feet under in a casket.
Yeah.
Or a buried alive match. That's what they should have done. I always said they should have had him and Kane fight in a buried alive match.
I don't put too much credibility in a dirt sheet sometimes, but apparently this entire show, the card has been built around what a bunch of rich Saudi Arabia priests want, or not priests, princes. What they want to see, and these guys are funding an entire WWE show basically. So WWE's like, cool, we can book it how you want. I guess that's all hearsay. But like if they're like, yeah, well, we want to see Undertaker and Chris Jericho in a casket match, then sure, do it, whatever. Yeah. That's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's going to be a good match, and, like, the two of them will probably have really good chemistry because they're both fucking gods among men when it comes to this industry.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Jericho will probably lose because Jericho loves losing.
Yep.
But he does it so well. And if he ever hears this, Chris Jericho, I love that you lose the way you do. You lose with grace, sir. Yes. And you do it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
But that said, like, I would prefer the Undertaker to take the hit and that's how I want the Undertaker to go out. I mean, when he fought Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania a couple years back, I was like, if Bray Wyatt and The Undertaker have a buried alive match and Bray Wyatt wins, that would be the greatest thing I've seen in the WWE in like Undertaker. 5 years. Yeah. Easy. Just because it would have been like, this is the new evil, that's the old evil. Respect the new evil, you know?
Yeah, I hated how that, because Bray loses, and then the next night on Raw, they're like, he's the new face of fear. I'm like, no, he lost.
No, he's not. He's a loser.
He lost.
Same thing with that Undertaker's match versus Shane McMahon. It's like, okay, you can run a show if you win, if you beat the Undertaker. He loses. All right, I guess you can run a show anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Let's just sweep reason under the rug.
Yeah. It's sometimes wrestling is more about the moments than the logic.
It's fair. It was kind of a shock that match went down the way it did, though. Like, it was a total squash.
Yeah.
Like, Undertaker just destroyed Cena.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was just kind of like, really? Like, I sat there in shock afterwards. Like, that just happened?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Cena didn't land anything, really. Like, I was like, that's insane. Like,
I think they kind of missed the boat on Cena Undertaker should have happened 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But...
after he fought, it was Michaels twice and then Triple H twice, and then it should have been Cena.
Yeah.
Or maybe Punk and then Cena, but like it should have been before, like.
Yeah, because it was Punk and then the next year was Lesnar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it should have been Punk and then Cena.
Oh yeah, and WrestleMania 30, John Cena versus the Undertaker.
Yeah,
that would have been cool.
That would have been good.
But wasn't he fighting The Rock?
No, at 30.
I don't remember who.
I don't think John Cena was there at 30. Was he?
Well.
I'm gonna look that up because I have that power.
Because they did Cena Rock 3 times, didn't they?
No, twice. Twice in a lifetime.
The first time was once in a lifetime, and then they're like, oh, we can book it again. All right, this is round 2.
So they tied total. They both have a win and a loss against each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they gotta have one more.
Fuck out of me. Yeah, that would annoy the fuck out of me.
Survivor Series.
Back when the 7-month people.
So then it was 27 and 28 that they fought at.
I guess.
Because they fought at 27, which is the worst WrestleMania ever, right?
I don't remember.
That's the one where Miz is in it. No. They hyped it at 27. They wrestled at 28, and they wrestled at 29. WrestleMania 27 is the worst WrestleMania.
I need to go back
of the modern era, we'll say.
I need to go back and rewatch all of them. Worst WrestleMania entirely, or just worst main event because you don't like the Miz?
No. That WrestleMania just sucks all around. Like 27's pretty disappointing.
I don't remember that one. Orton and CM Punk.
So Cena was up against Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family at 30.
Mm. Yeah, that's stupid. He should have bought the Undertaker.
Oh, you're right.
27. Didn't he bury Bray Wyatt at 30 then?
27 had Snooki. Did he bury Bray
Wyatt at 30 then?
Yeah.
Yeah, Snooki is always bad.
Oh, yeah. If you watch Jersey Shore, you're a bad person, and I don't like you.
Wow, they're just passing judgment on swooping people that could be listening to your podcast.
Yeah.
All 12 of them.
Yep, all 12 of them.
Including Gino, who I know has said he's watched Jersey Shore. So if you're listening to Gino, we're sorry.
You're
Well,
Kyle's
sorry.
opinions do not portray the rest of the podcast.
Hey man, I like my trashy reality TV, but I cannot stand Jersey Shore.
Yo, dude, I love Gym Tan Laundry. Gym Tan Laundry for life. I don't mean that at all.
I hate you.
So wait,
right.
So we were talking about Charlotte Asuka,
Charlotte
right?
Asuka, yeah.
All right. I love Charlotte.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte's hands down my favorite.
Yeah.
Of all the women's wrestlers.
Really?
She's strong. She's capable. She's talented. She's built for it. She's the gold standard.
It's
like,
crazy.
That chick's the gold standard.
It's crazy how far she's come in how short of a time. Because this wasn't what she wanted to do. She was not doing the wrestling thing until her brother died.
Mm-hmm.
And like she's been in it like 4 years now, 5 maybe.
Yeah.
And she was.
Some people are just bred for it, dude.
Yeah,
She's just built for it.
She's fantastic.
And I like Asuka.
Yeah.
I think she's great.
Yeah.
I think she's strong. I think she has a great look. I think everything about her, she's a great wrestler. I think it's all great, right?
Yeah.
I hate streaks. I hate them.
Yeah.
Because streaks equal disappointment. Especially that kind of streak where it's undefeated.
Yeah.
Because like the Undertaker's undefeated at WrestleMania, that had like an aura of awesomeness to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like every year you were like, maybe he'll lose it, maybe he won't. But like, Asuka ruined so many matches for me by being undefeated.
Yeah.
Like the Rumble. She ruined the Rumble for me.
Really?
Because I knew she was going to win because she was undefeated.
I didn't feel that. I feel like too, and it's weird that there have been streaks before where someone gets eliminated in a Rumble type match, but it doesn't count because they didn't get pinned or submitted.
But she didn't get anything like that.
Yeah.
Nothing like that happened to Asuka. See,
Well,
something like that's already happened to Aleister Black.
Yeah.
Nothing like that ever happened
Yeah.
to Asuka, and they let her basically like skip over losing the title.
No,
So like everything about her said that they were gonna let her run to WrestleMania undefeated. All the
I
writing
get
was on the
that.
wall.
I get that. That's one thing that actually the Mixed Match Challenge was a really fun thing until the semifinals and the finals when they were hyping up so much that if Asuka lost, that meant her streak was broken, even if The Miz got pinned. And I was like, well, this is like a silly, fun tag team thing. Why should her streak be playing into this in the slightest?
Yeah.
And that started out as a really fun concept of, hey, let's just have some weird mixed tag matches for charity. And then it ended up,
Being about Asuka.
yeah, and building towards Asuka and Charlotte.
So
Yeah.
I went into WrestleMania totally prepared for Asuka to not lose because I was like, they're going to put the belt on her because they're building so much momentum on her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So to see her lose, I almost cried because I was just so happy because I
Yeah.
just hate that vehicle. I hate that writing vehicle. It ruins so much. And I'm just so happy to see her now in a situation where she can be strong but not infallible.
Yep.
She's gonna, yeah, it's gonna open up a lot of things for her character, and it's not gonna like bury her character like it did with like Goldberg when he lost,
Yeah.
because she can actually wrestle.
Who's next? A trainer?
Retirement.
Maybe a trainer. Goldberg. Maybe a trainer. Make friends with Bret Hart. Go to the Hart Dungeon. Learn how to wrestle.
Yeah.
Forgive Bret Hart for that time that you speared him and he had that metal plate under his fucking shirt. That was so funny. Remember that?
Yeah.
And I'm Bret Hart and I'm smarter than you. And I'm like, he's Goldberg. You're probably way smarter than him. Let's be honest. I mean, the only person Goldberg's smarter than is Gilbert or Ryback.
No, Gilbert's pretty smart.
Because he capitalized.
Right? He's like, I'm an opportunist. I'm smarter than Goldberg.
just
And
making
I'm like,
money.
all right, that's fair. That's fair. I'm sorry, Gilbert. You
Gilbert
are
and James Ellsworth won a tag team championship recently. On
Shut the
Indies
fuck
somewhere.
up, really?
Yeah,
That's
they
awesome.
are tag team champions somewhere right now. I don't remember which promotion, but
My hat comes off to them. I'm not going to take my hat off, but my hat comes off to them.
If you're listening
not
to this
worth that
podcast,
much
just
effort.
imagine a hat coming off and then going back.
Yep.
You don't get that much effort from me. You're still James Ellsworth and Gilbert.
All right, Kyle, what was your favorite?
I think my favorite match might have been there's two. I'm gonna go with the cruiserweight match on the pre-show, which
That's a
was
good match.
a damn good match.
Yeah.
And the IC title triple threat.
That
was
IC
another
title
good-
match was great.
Damn good match.
Yeah, so good.
Got to see Seth Rollins use the curb stomp again, right?
Yeah,
He's been doing it for a while.
he's been doing it for a while.
Like every once in a while. He only
They-
brings it out when it's like an intense match.
They call it the stomp now. I guess they can't call it the curb stomp.
Because it's dark as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suckers. Pussies. I'm all about it.
But yeah, that was cool. I was surprised that Miz lost actually.
Why?
Because I was thinking, oh, he might lose. Oh no, he might not lose. Well, he might lose and then have some time off because he just had a baby. But then he's the Miz. He's awesome. He's gonna. I don't even mean that. I didn't even mean it that way. I'm not no pun intended, but I'm like the Miz is probably the best heel in WWE right now. Period.
Okay, yes, but he should. I don't like when he has a belt on him, because the belt just sits on him, and then he talks about how prestigious it is, and it's like, dude, it's not though, because you're not the best wrestler. You're just really good on the mic.
But he is a really good wrestler.
He's good.
He's a really good wrestler.
He's good.
He's a really good wrestler.
He's good. We can do this the rest of the podcast.
Yeah. Like, maybe not the best technical wrestler, but he does what he needs to.
He's safe.
And he does it well. He's not safe.
He's super safe.
He's just quoting Daniel Bryan now.
No, it's true. He is safe, though.
Yeah.
He's always been safe. He's always been... He's like one of those dudes that, like, originated that whole, like, formula of being like, I do the pop move, and then I'm done. And he'll switch it up a little bit, but, like, for the most part, he's already... For a dude who's not the guy, he gets away with wrestling like the guy wrestles. Like, when Cena was the guy, it was just like, I come in, I do the 5 moves of doom, and I'm out. And Reigns comes in and goes, I do the 2 moves of Samoan greatness, whatever. I suck, but I do moves, and I leave. And then, like, Miz comes in and goes, I steal Daniel Bryan's moves, and then I leave.
I steal Daniel Bryan's moves. I steal Ric Flair's moves.
Yeah.
Hey,
well, Ric Flair gave him the move.
Yeah.
Ric Flair was like, you need this. And just handed it off. And then went, woo, and then walked
And then
away.
his daughter came in, he's like, crap, I shouldn't have.
Yeah, he was like, I spoke too soon.
I like The Miz a lot. I think you're wrong.
I think he's a great talker. I've just never been sold on him. I've just never been sold on him as a wrestler, and I feel like he's like, I like that he's stuck at the glass ceiling for him as Intercontinental.
Mm.
I like that we don't let him get near the WWE title anymore. Like, that makes me very happy.
Not yet. He'll get it again.
It's bullshit.
Him versus AJ.
The Miz takes the Universal title off of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Oh, God.
As long as someone does eventually.
Anybody take it from Brock. God.
Joe.
Gilbert.
Joe.
Yeah, I'd be down for Joe taking that off of him.
Joe deserves it.
Yeah.
Joe should have taken it off of him last time.
Yeah.
Joe's the dude. Like, if anybody was gonna take it off of him, it's Joe.
Yeah.
Like Braun's good, but Joe, it makes more sense on Joe.
Yeah.
Like, if Joe takes it off of Brock, and then Joe rocks it for a little bit, and then Finn goes, I can beat you. This whole, like, and then it's like, boom, there you go.
He hasn't painted up in a while either, so
yeah,
they could build towards it.
I thought
he's rainbowed up.
Yeah, it's good for him.
When Seth Rollins came out with
explain how that's good for him.
It's good for him to, like, be supporting people as equals.
I mean, I'm all about equality.
Yeah.
I'm all pro, LGBTQ, all that stuff. I'm good. I'm good about it. I just want to make sure I said it correctly. All that stuff wasn't demeaning. I was making sure I literally remembered it correctly. But that said, Finn Balor isn't gay.
No.
They want to try and promote him like a gay wrestler.
I don't think they're promoting him like a gay wrestler.
It seems like they're going to take it to that angle, and that's the angle Stephanie wanted to take it to. And that bothers me because there are gay wrestlers. And those gay wrestlers should be able to rock that angle with pride and get that kind of notoriety. It's basically the same thing. Like, not complaining about this is like when people go, making the Ancient One in Doctor Strange a white woman instead of an ancient Chinese man was bullshit because there's not a lot of Chinese roles. And it's like, cool, if you're going to make that argument, then Finn Balor shouldn't be wrestling as a fake gay wrestler.
I don't think he was trying to make him gay. I think he was just...
That's what the angle was portrayed as originally. And if it goes that way... I'm just gonna be like, why? Like, I mean, like, why? And if you're Finn Balor, why are you putting up with any of that shit? Like, that dude literally created one of the most lucrative fucking things in wrestling right now.
Yeah.
I'd be so fucking pissed if I was Finn Balor, because I'd be like, cool, all that money is going there. It should be going here.
Yeah.
And I'm here, and I'm not getting paid what I'm worth, and I'm not even getting the kind of matches I deserve. Because I shouldn't be wrestling once in a while for the IC title. I should have been Intercontinental Champion months ago. Like, I should have been doing things. Like, I should be the Demon King more often than I should be wearing, like, rainbow trunks.
I can see that.
Like, I would just be like, what are you doing to me, WWE? Are you trying to make me into Dolph Ziggler? Do you want to bury me to the point where all I can ever be is a joke? I love you, Dolph Ziggler. You don't deserve what they do to you. He doesn't. Dolph Ziggler became a paycheck. He became a paycheck, and he should have been a champion.
I don't think they're doing that with Finn, but maybe I'll be wrong. I don't know. I think that it, to me, seems more like he was like, hey, he probably has a friend who's gay, and he's like, I want to support them. I'm going to do this.
No, I mean, that's cool. But it seems kind of weird that it just happened out of nowhere while they were in the middle of, like, promoting the club again.
Yeah. I know.
See, that doesn't sound like that doesn't sound like a hey, I have an idea and I'm just gonna do it. That sounds like a hey, we're switching gears and you're doing this.
No, maybe.
I don't trust Stephanie McMahon.
I can tell.
I don't trust the McMahons. Period.
I can tell. That means they've done their job.
Yeah. I don't trust their business acumen. I stopped calling it the PG era and I call it the shareholder era now because everything is based on shareholder decisions. Everything is like, ooh, if we do this, we can market it this way. And I think it's weird too because I'm just kind of like, I don't know what to say to you anymore. Like the world is more progressive than wrestling is at this point. So why are you trying to act like you can catch up?
No.
Because in a way they're gonna shoot themselves in the foot. They're gonna do something dumb that looks progressive and it's gonna fuck them. Kind of like that whole King Booker thing back in the day.
Yeah. The only gay wrestler that I know of that WWE has employed is Sonya Deville right now, because Darren Young is not there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that was the thing. Is like why when Darren Young came out,
they should have done something big then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would have been good because it would have felt right, you know. And the thing is they didn't do it. They totally just kind of swept him under the rug at one point, and it shows you how they really feel as a company about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like it just puts a bad taste in my mouth to try and basically sugarcoat it onto someone who's pretty.
But also
Finn Balor is gorgeous. I don't care. That dude is gorgeous.
He is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they didn't have much going on with Darren Young prior to him coming out. Would it be just them jumping on the bandwagon and be like, "Oh shit, we do have a gay guy. Let's do something now"?
I mean, they didn't but they didn't have to like. They didn't have to just like parade him like a fucking feature or like a prank monkey. They just have to let him like do his thing. They have to let him go out there, be proud of what he is, wrestle. He wins, he loses. Eventually, he builds momentum with his you know, his people basically in that situation where the people are like, oh, I can relate to you because you can relate to me, and that's more real. It's authentic. It's not commercial exploitation. It's authenticity.
Yeah,
that's my issue with the whole thing. Is it just seems like you're trying to promote fake equality, and fake equality just masks real equality, and it just makes everything take a step backward.
Yeah.
Who just brought this podcast up?
Yeah.
A level.
Higher
level thinking.
A level. After dropping it down like 10.
I disagree. I'm not the one who was talking about cum shots.
Hey, I didn't say cum shot. I just said I came.
Which would imply that you shot somewhere.
In my pants.
Yeah, still counts. I don't know. That match was great. Finn's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Seth is amazing.
Yeah.
Seth deserved a belt to be on him, so
Miz
I wasn't happy.
Amazing.
Yeah. I mean, Miz isn't bad. Like, Miz is like a solid, like, 8 to me. He's like an 8.
Okay.
I know that's good, and I'm like fine that I handle him, but I just feel like there's things that keep him from ever getting to like a 9 or something that's really noticeable for me as like a person. Like Seth Rollins is like a 9 to me. Like Seth, he has everything.
Yeah.
That dude came out of the Shield from being the dude with the goofy hair.
I like that hair. I wish he would do that again. Actually,
you're the fucking worst.
Like, it was like visually different.
Yeah, but like think back to the Shield, right? Like remember when the Shield existed? And you were like, God, Dean Ambrose is so good on the mic. He looks like a strong leader of that team.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns looks like good muscle, and then there's Seth Rollins. Like he really felt like that. And then there was guy back when which is so funny because he was like, wasn't he the first NXT champion?
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was a Ring of Honor champion, right?
Yeah. And he's done a lot.
Yeah.
He was also on MTV's wrestling thing for their one season that they did that.
Oh yeah. See, look at that. Like a man of so many hats.
Yeah.
And yet he was just like the background character when they were in the Shield, and then they break him up, and he's the standout dude. Of the 3 of them, he's the standout guy.
Yeah.
And for some reason, he's not the one wrestling in the main event at WrestleMania. He's the one winning the Intercontinental Champion. Their whole fucking thing is fucked up. Like their whole.
But everyone can't be in the main event at WrestleMania.
Every
year.
The wrong person shouldn't be in it every year.
Well,
yeah.
They did. I think part of what they did that on there is to make sure that all 3 members of the Shield were Grand Slam champions.
Yeah, and notice how he was the last one.
He was the
even
last
though
one.
he should have been the first one.
I had to double check it because I didn't think Dean Ambrose had gotten the Grand
Dean
Slam.
Ambrose was the first one.
That's crazy to me.
What the fuck is that?
Because
He came out and just drooled everywhere with Dean Ambrose, I'm a great champion. Because he acts like fucking Taz. He acts like the Tasmanian devil. He comes out and just drools everywhere. Like he's just like, you know. And they're like, "What are you doing, Dean Ambrose? Like, you used to be so good with the microphone, and now you just talk like a madman. Like you're like, I'm a lunatic fringe." It's like, did you ever see Small Soldiers?
Not in a long ass time.
He's like the little weird like purple guy from Small Soldiers that just says a bunch of nonsensical, goofy shit.
Yeah, it works though.
Does it work?
I think it does.
I think Shield Ambrose was better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could probably agree
Once
with that.
Once they started building him back up and building him and Rollins as a tag team on there, I think
that was cool.
That brought that back together. Especially when they were on commentary, because they're hilarious on commentary.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'll back that 100.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That match was great. I was super happy to see Seth leave with it. I'm like, I know he's not going to drop it to Miz at Backlash, and then that's when Miz will go on break and spend some time with his daughter.
And
Good
what
for
I'm pretty sure is going to happen on that is that the Miz Taraj is going to turn on him.
What do you think?
I think so. They're building towards that because he's been kind of shoving them away. So I think we might.
So what are those dudes going to do? What do they have to do?
Be a tag team?
Yeah.
Join the tag team division?
They'd be a good tag team.
Yeah.
Axel and Bo are good, and they've got the good legacy behind them.
Yeah.
They need to do. Yeah, I'd love to see them as a tag. And actually, I think it'd be great to keep them as the Miz Taraj for a while Miz is gone, and then Miz come back and have Miz come back and lead them and win another belt, U.S. title or IC title or something, and have them all have titles for a while.
Yeah.
If they're gonna tag, I want them to tag against Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. It's just so you can be like, look at Bo and his brother.
That's such a weird man. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt as a tag team is such a weird thing, but I'm all for it. Yeah. It's so bizarre, but it works.
I'm wondering where they're going with the story because they had Jeff Hardy kind of like play along, but then he turns around and he's like, I don't know. What's going on here?
Because Jeff Hardy hasn't been fixed again. He's not Brother Nero anymore.
Nope.
He's the piece of shit drug addict known as Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
He's not Brother Nero, who I can tolerate. He's a drug addict piece of shit, Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Jeff Hardy.
I know.
I actually never liked the Hardy Boys at all until the Broken Gimmick. And the Broken Gimmick made me like Matt Hardy.
Yeah, the Broken Gimmick is just so bizarre and different. I mean, I like the Hardy Boys. I liked Edge and Christian. I like the Dudleys. All those guys.
I'm a Dudleys dude through and through.
All those guys in those days were awesome. I had a Hardy Boys shirt when I was in high school, I think.
Because you loved Hot Topic?
No.
Because they love Hot Topic.
They do. No, I liked Edge and Christian just as much. Actually,
you know what? Like honestly, like just
more.
looking at you, you're an Edge and Christian guy.
Yeah, well,
like you're just goofy enough that you're an Edge and Christian guy.
I really liked the Hardy Boys initially, but I grew through those matches to like Edge and Christian more and what they did more long term.
Yeah, but they totally reek of awesomeness.
They
and
do.
You're just the kind of nerd who would say dumb shit like that.
And a 5-second pose. Yeah. Oh,
that's
I love it.
That's
I love
all
it.
you,
That's all me.
Oh, yeah.
That's all me.
Whereas
Absolutely.
I'm a full Dudley Boys dude because I'm like I want it to be weird, kind of nonsensical, but mostly violent.
Yeah.
And I'm just like 3D for life.
Yeah. No, I get
Greatest tag team of all time, Dudley Boys.
I also like the fact that they put someone through a table in their Hall of Fame.
Because they're the Dudley Boys.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
That was awesome.
They get wood. I made a penis
Yeah,
joke.
you dropped it back down. We're going down again.
I still think your cum thing was worse.
No. The fact that you had to reference that you made a penis joke the second after you made a penis joke, so that people knew you made a penis joke.
You're saying penis a lot. I don't know. I'm definitely. There was a lot of good at Mania. There was a lot of twists, like like Nakamura turning heel.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, almost every belt changed hands.
Asuka not getting the belt. Great because it opens opportunities. Like Seth Rollins leaving as IC champion. That's great. Him and Finn are gonna have a good run of matches.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Demon King will return during that.
Yeah.
Especially if you're gonna go with this whole like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, what was that?
Game of Thrones, because they've been calling him the Kingslayer, so they're doing that. Which I mean, if you watch the show Game of Thrones, that's not even the same anything near the same character.
He was the Kingslayer because he was.
I let you know
fighting
that, Mikey,
Triple
because
H.
I know you don't watch it.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
He was the Kingslayer because he was fighting Triple H last year.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of kept it because
it's a good term.
It's
a good moniker to have.
Every wrestler has like their name and their nickname. The
rattlesnake,
the lunatic fringe, the rattlesnake.
What was Mankind's?
Mankind.
No.
And Dude Love.
Mick
And
Foley.
Cactus Jack. His nickname pretty much was Mick Foley.
The 5 Faces of Foley.
The hardcore legend.
The hardcore legend.
3 Faces of Foley.
3. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was
thinking
if you add Mick, what else is the other one? Santa Claus? I guess yeah. Mick Foley's like, okay guys, just so you know, I have multiple personalities. I'm Cactus Jack, bang bang. I'm also Mankind. Have a nice day. I'm also have mercy, Dude Love. But I'm also just Mick, and I'm just here to have a good time. But what I really want to be is I want to be Jolly Saint Mick. Get it? Because I'm Saint Mick. I'm not Saint Nick. I love Christmas. Just love me back. That's basically what would happen. I love Mick Foley. so much.
I love Mick Foley too.
He is top 5 people on the planet.
I was thinking the 5 Faces of Doom, which is from Transformers.
Oh, you're right. It was good to see Mick in that Snickers commercial. That made me happy. Yeah. That made me very happy.
Yep.
And I mean, didn't Tyler Breeze wrestle a match like the SmackDown before that? And he was like, "Guys, I'm actually gonna wrestle."
He was in the Battle Royal, I think. I actually need to go back and rewatch the Battle Royal.
I gotta rewatch that Battle Royal. It was kind of a thing. The women's Battle Royal was good. I liked that because I liked the whole Bayley, Sasha, and then the switch up at the end. And I was like, eh.
Yeah. That was cool. I popped for Bayley, and then I was like, oh damn it, Naomi's still there. I hate when
I hate Bayley, so I was just kind of like, yeah, well, and then I was like, yeah.
I hate when in a Battle Royal or a Royal Rumble, everyone goes out underneath the bottom rope and spends time outside because then you. Like, it's a cheap way of saying that they're
I agree. No, I agree.
And,
I hate
the
that
women,
move, too.
almost every woman went underneath the rope at some point during that match to go hang out outside for a while. And I think that takes away from the whole concept of what a Battle Royal should be.
I agree. I'll give you that.
But
And they use that move a lot now. They didn't used to use it as often. Yeah. They use it a lot now. Where they're just like, didn't you know so-and-so has been sitting outside of the ring for 27 minutes?
Yeah.
He might have been jerking off under the apron. I don't know for sure, but he's back, and he doesn't look spent. Well, he looks a little spent because he's probably sweating, but he's back, you know?
Are you talking about Lawler?
Right? When Lawler was in the Rumble, he's like, yeah, I'm just going to go under the rope. I'm going to go,
He's under there for like 30
I'm going to go
minutes.
Sexually harass a bunch of people, come back, get back under the rope.
Yep. Yeah.
Have you seen my wife, the cat?
That bit kind of bugs me sometimes, so...
Is he still married to that chick?
Probably. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, the Battle Royals were fine. The women's trophy looking like a uterus.
Yeah, that was a little weird. I was wondering if they had like they did.
Yeah. Notice that?
Yeah.
Like, I was wondering if they had done when they were going to call it the Fabulous Moolah one, if they put like a statue of her on top, like they do with the Andre the Giant one, and they're like, oh, we can't do that, and so they just took that off and just grabbed a random trophy cup, and it just happened to look like a uterus.
Yeah, it just wouldn't look good. big moolah, just not as.
That's one thing that I do kind of feel bugs me too is, in trying to do equality, they're like, well, we've got the men's rumble, so we're gonna have the women's.
It does.
It's only a uterus. That's a uterus.
Oh man, and she's so happy next to it.
But it's just kind of like the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal was kind of a cool thing. Is like, yeah, it started out, it was on the main show the first year and kind of moved to the pre-show pretty quickly. It's like just a fun way to put everyone else out there.
It's the paycheck match.
Doing another women's one, kind of like why not save that for like Survivor Series?
Yeah.
So you get men. Because right after, so we have 2 Royal Rumble matches in January, and then 2 effectively the same match at WrestleMania on the pre-show. I just would have staggered them out a little bit longer.
Is there going to be a... Okay, no, never mind. I don't even want to ask. I'll ask that later. So, what matches did we miss?
Brock and Reigns.
Yeah, well,
AJ and Nakamura.
Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax.
Bliss and Jax, which was cool.
That was a pretty cool match.
Bliss and Jax was good. I'm super happy for Nia. She
super
deserved
happy
that belt.
for Nia. She
awesome. Went through so many fucking hoops to get there.
SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
Oh yeah, the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah,
I love them.
I like them.
They're so metal.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm glad that they got the belt finally. I like those two.
I mean, it made perfect sense.
They would be able to do more.
I like that it was like a pretty quick match too. It basically said that they were not to be fucked with, which is what all their matches up to this point had said.
Mm-hmm.
Because WWE will write stuff like that, and then they'll just miss the market, then they won't stick the landing, and you'll be like, all right, you're building, and then they get there and they lose, and they lose very badly, and you're like, come on, guys, like you built for what then?
Yeah.
But this went the way it's supposed to. They built them up, they came in, it was like there was a little bit of spots, and it was like, boom, we're done.
3 of the Wyatt family members all did awesome,
Yeah.
And I guess Bray did by helping out Matt in the pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Poor Bray Wyatt. He deserves so much better than he gets.
I like that they gave Luke Harper a mask too, so they match a little bit more.
I like those two a lot. Harper is awesome. There's a match from years ago with Cesaro and Harper from the Indies that is just so good.
Yeah, that dude's good.
Letting them actually wrestle and do more, I'm excited about.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
what
happens.
That was a great match. What about I don't know, that main event, man. I will say this, I liked the ending.
Because it was over?
Well, I liked the ending because I really didn't. I mean, I don't think anybody really thought Brock was gonna win.
No.
Everybody just kind of like, all right, so this is the build up you've been working towards.
This is how we put
now
the
you
belt
get to
on
belt your
Reigns.
golden boy, and everybody gets to sit. The only thing that I took from that was I was like, cool. If you're gonna belt Roman, at least Roman's gonna hold that belt for like 3 months, and then Samoa Joe's probably gonna take it off of him.
Yeah.
So at least I only have to tolerate it for a couple months. But I really hate that he'll be the first one of the Shield to be the Universal Champion. I really just can't have that in my life for some reason.
Yeah.
It's bad enough all the other shit he gets handed to him.
Basically, that belt is just kind of like no one cares.
Yeah, well, it started out
because
really
they
strong.
killed the prestige on it by basically like
putting it on the.
Well, because they did the same shit to it that they used to do to the world, the actual
the
WWE
WCW title.
No, the actual WWE title,
Oh.
where basically all the storylines were based around part timers. So it fucked up the belt for a while. Remember, like when Punk dropped it to Rock, so Rock could drop it to Cena. And then they just kind of like mucked up the belt for a while. And now that it doesn't have to deal with any of that kind of bullshit, which is basically the shareholder bullshit, that belt gets to be great. But Brock has been has held that belt for like a year now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, cool. I don't care, like he should have lost it to Joe back in like November.
Yeah.
And that would have been way more interesting, and Joe opens up way more story potential.
Just because it's going to be on TV.
Plus, you
every week.
can't build someone to be infallible. If you build someone to be infallible, then you write yourself into a fucking hole. And they wrote themselves into a hole with Brock Lesnar. Even more
Braun
so
needs
now.
To take it off of him.
Huh?
That's why Braun needs to defeat him for it.
Did you hear what they said they might do? The rumors are saying that Bobby Lashley's going to take it.
Oh, God.
They're saying that Lashley's going to take it at SummerSlam.
That's like the one guy coming back, like at a return. I was just like, okay,
yeah, because
cool.
you didn't really care about him the first time.
I didn't care about him the first time.
But I felt the same way about Shelton Benjamin. Like I was just kind of like, I remember when those dudes were around, but it's like I didn't care about them. I didn't care about Carlito. I didn't care about any of those dudes.
You didn't like him when they were on Team Angle?
No.
Him and Haas? I like that.
I didn't like any of that, dude. Like,
but
I
that's
didn't,
also,
but I didn't like Carlito either. I didn't like any of that era.
That's that 2003 to like 2006, 2007 era is
Isn't
like
that
the
Maximum
era.
Aggression?
That's when I like was out of wrestling. I didn't really watch anything. For
yeah,
a
it wasn't
long
that
time.
good. Well, I mean, Benoit was good. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, you're allowed to say that.
We're not associated with WWE directly.
There's
so you can say it.
there's no denying that Benoit was a great wrestler.
Benoit was one of the best wrestlers.
He ended up being a trash piece of human, which is unfortunate. But
I don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But we forgot to talk about the U.S. title. It happened. Jinder, yay.
Yeah. I really thought they were going to go with Rusev. With
I thought they were
as big a
gonna go
push
with
as
Rusev.
Rusev
they
has
should
been
just
getting.
put that belt on Bobby Roode where it belongs. He's glorious.
He is glorious.
And then the other match that we haven't really talked about is the Ronda Rousey match.
Oh, yeah.
It happened. It was good.
It was interesting. She was better than I thought she was going to be.
Yeah.
Fair.
Because I thought she was going to be like Shayna Baszler and just be like, just over aggressive and just
stiff.
Yeah,
but
she needs more matches, but that's
bad.
good. I noticed in the package when they were showing her training, she was training at Santino Bros out in California, which is where Gino and Pinky and a lot of the other guys from DWO have also trained. So that was kind of cool that they put her out somewhere. That was
gotta
a
love
good
DWO.
reputable school. Well, of course you do.
Yeah, you gotta love DWO.
And you've been to our shows.
I've been to many DWO shows. I've spent a good chunk of time heckling you because I think you're a terrible human and I love to say awful things about you while you're refereeing.
Yeah.
To the point where I think some people actually sit near me when I go just because they want to hear me say hateful things about you.
They do.
That was my first
No one
experience
heckles
at
like I
DWO
do.
was heckling
No
Kyle.
one heckles like I do.
Yeah, whatever. Eat a dick. But
That's
yeah,
the best you got, really, man?
Yeah,
I will heckle you to shit.
I'm tired right now. I'm
Next Saturday, April 21st, be there. DWO.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, I think all around WrestleMania was good. It was strong. There was twists. There was unpredictability. There wasn't a lot of lulls in it where they did stupid crap to basically be like, look at this person dancing around in the ring as a break.
One of the best WrestleManias
in a while.
And
yet
like
Roman
that.
Reigns.
Yeah.
I like that Kid Rock didn't do like
anything
there. He didn't even show up on the stage.
I was so worried that like there was a whole group of people that were saying that since Kid Rock was getting inducted,
it was gonna
be Faker Taker. I don't call him that. I call him Underfaker or Faker Taker because that's not Undertaker. He wasn't satanic enough.
I hated that stuff. But
Ministry of Darkness Undertaker. That's Undertaker.
Yeah.
Give me speaking in tongues, crucifying people. Man, I really love Satan.
I saw something about that that said that their plan was going to be American Badass for a while.
Ugh.
And then we're going to have Kid Rock do the theme song, but then the plans changed like 2 weeks ago. And they didn't tell Kid Rock until like the night before. They're like, oh, wait, we don't need you to sing tomorrow. And he got kind of pissed because he's got an album coming out that he wanted to hype.
Yeah.
So he just didn't show up the next day. But who knows?
But I like that his spot went to the kid who won the Warriors Award.
The kid was awesome.
That kid was adorable.
The kid was awesome. I liked the Warrior Award. I like the Hall of Fame. That was, I watched all of that stuff.
Yeah,
the Hall of Fame is cool. Seeing those guys come out, kind of tell crazy old stories. Hillbilly Jim had like these long, windy, rambly stories. Yeah, but they were like really fun too. We're like, yeah, all right, Jim, just like take your time and go. The Dudley's putting the kid through a table. Like it's cool to see those moments.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I think
Dana Warrior having some closure. Like 4 years ago, her husband died a week after that, and like WrestleMania was on the anniversary of his death 4 years later, and like in the same building. That was really cool for her, and that actually got me emotional. Like talking got me going.
That still trips me out, man. Every time I think about that whole thing with Ultimate Warrior, it just blows my mind. It's just such a trip.
Yeah, back and then like a week later, gone.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like I think it was just like he was literally like holding on just to get that, just to get that sense of accomplishment that he wasn't.
And I wondered that, and I also wondered if all that hype and that excitement
just like pushed him over. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy.
I love the Warrior though.
I listened to a bunch of stuff on that last match, right, and people's opinions, and apparently, like, the rumors are saying that Lesnar wasn't too happy with it.
Yeah.
They're saying that, like, he basically said he would stay on until SummerSlam, and just give him that because he has to get clean so he can wrestle in UFC anyway. So he might as well keep getting paid while he's waiting.
Yeah,
which makes sense. And then
paid to not show up at things.
Yeah, paid to not show up at things. It just sucks. It's such a bummer. Because that just means that the title's just going to sit stagnant for another 4 months or 6 months. How much is SummerSlam's like what? August, yeah, so 4 months.
Yeah. It's a bummer.
It's just like super bummer, but at least it's not on Reigns.
Or Goldberg.
And at least I got to see Reigns get the shit kicked out of him. Just like
absolutely
he got
busted open.
Yeah, dude,
that was crazy.
and I took great joy in
Fountains of
that.
blood.
Yeah, it was so much blood. I was so happy.
He was walking back to the back. He's pale.
I was really hoping he was just gonna pass out, and I was just like, yeah.
That was
I think
intense.
he probably did pass out a little bit. That's why they cut to that commercial before the end, before they showed him walking back.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He was so
that
pale.
makes me like that commercial more. I don't know, man. I felt like, but you know what? Again, they wrote themselves into a problem now, because if this whole year was basically about Reigns fighting Brock, and then Reigns fighting Brock again and winning, and then he didn't win, and instead he got the shit knocked out of him, then it just makes Brock look that much more infallible.
Yeah.
Roman can't take that belt off of him now. It doesn't look right.
I was seeing, I saw something online that was saying that it's still the only person to pin Brock to take a title off of him, or the last person to pin Brock to take a title off him was Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
That's rad. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's super rad. So, with that in mind, I would want it to be a triple threat match, and I would want someone else to get pinned now, just so that Brock could keep that little.
Keep that little streak.
Yeah.
Let Eddie Guerrero have that.
Yeah, just because Eddie Guerrero deserves everything.
Yep, Guerrero was great.
But I don't know. It was a weird way to end it. Everybody was super. I know everybody was super confused because everybody thought he was going to be done. I'm not looking forward to the next 4 months necessarily now.
I guess that's also another swerve though too, where we all expected Brock to go out, Reigns to go and get the belt.
And I like that. I like that they threw us off, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I don't know, and Joe came back the next night. I just wish Joe would get that belt.
Yeah.
It should be on Joe. Joe's worked his ass off for years and years and years. He's got the the chops. He's got the attitude. The build up for him and Brock was so good.
Yeah.
And I went into that match and I was just like, God, if he wins this, I'm gonna be so happy because it makes so much sense. It's like such a well crafted story. And then they were just like, nah.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you need to do it. That's the move. And then Joe looks tough, but he doesn't look unbeatable. Yeah. So it looks more like a feat that he beat Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
But that's good because then you write Brock Lesnar out, and then everybody's kind of on the same playing field again. That's the problem is everybody in that universal like bar or bracket, we'll say, has to feel like they're on the same level. Because if they don't, then you write yourself into holes.
Yeah. I would have rather had or have in the future, since we can't change the past, have Demon Finn come out versus Brock. Have this massive he's got to get painted up and be the demon to beat him.
I would love that. Yeah. But they were supposed to do that. They were supposed to do that, and then they were like, nah, we don't believe that Finn Balor can fight Brock Lesnar. Yeah. So they just chumped him out, and they were like, no, we're not going to do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's my thing, is like that goes back to my whole thing with Finn Balor in general. It's like Finn Balor can't even get the chance to fight Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
If I'm Finn Balor, the second my contract's up, I'm like, dude, I'm out. I'm going to go make my Bullet Club money.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you guys.
I don't know. I guess it depends on how happy he is and if he's liking what he's doing. Maybe he is. Maybe
to be fair, he's like a super posy dude, I bet.
Yeah.
So I bet he's totally cool with it.
Maybe
he's
probably
like
getting
the best
some of that
dude.
Bullet Club money somehow. Like maybe there's still like residual something on it, even though he's working for WWE.
I feel like he has to, right? Because he
like if you created something and you have that in your contract with New Japan, and New Japan's making these shirts and making money off of them, that money should still be coming to him.
Yeah, I hope he's getting something. I really do. I really hope Finn's getting, like, you created the best faction since the NWO.
Yeah,
like,
because Bullet Club,
you deserve
really
it.
Pretty hype right now.
Yeah.
All right, so we had our special. We missed it last time, so we're gonna do our top 5, and our guest got to choose our top 5. So, Mikey, what are we doing for our top 5?
Our top 5 Hell in the Cell matches.
You wanna go first?
No.
Okay.
No. All right. No, I just want to say no. Mine are kind of weird.
Okay.
I think mine aren't from like a match standpoint. They're from a personal connection standpoint.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys said no particular number order, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have to
All
be.
right. Well, then I'm basically just gonna throw them out there. I really like that Undertaker Brock Hell in the Cell match from back in the day with the broken arm.
Okay.
It's a good one. I thought the storytelling in that was kind of fun. It definitely had a little bit more of a mixture to it. I love the Undertaker Triple H Shawn Michaels one from WrestleMania. The second Undertaker Triple H match.
Mania 28?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that match. Just because I feel like there's so much good storytelling going on, and it's 3 dudes who've spent years together in a ring telling a story. And then Shawn just oversells the shit out of it.
He just hands it up over the
And I
quarter.
just love when Shawn oversells the shit out of stuff. So it's got a great moment. Of course, the original Undertaker Shawn Michaels Hell in the Cell is amazing.
Yeah.
There's still some glitches in it just because it was the first time they did it, but it's so like, you can still see that moment when Shawn gets catapulted into the cell and he's got the blood on his face and everything like that, and it's just like there's moments that just sit with you, right?
Visceral moment, yeah.
My number 1 and my number 2 are like definitively my number 1 and my number 2. My number 2 is that Triple H Cactus Jack one.
Okay.
Because Mick Foley is my favorite wrestler and will always be my favorite wrestler. And just like that retirement match was just like, even if it didn't stick because he came back, but like
nobody
that's
retires
still
in wrestling.
in my mind, that is when Mick Foley retired, and I'll always leave it at that point. He did some great matches after that, but anytime I ever think about like saying goodbye to Mick Foley, that was it for me. Like I remember like being like, I'm not going to get this every week. I'm not going to get this crazy dude who's willing to do everything. Who creates these amazing characters because he's such a good writer, he really is. Like he's such a good character maker. And it was just like, and I love Cactus Jack. I thought Cactus Jack was the man, so to see him go out as Cactus Jack and not as Mankind was just that much sweeter for me.
Yeah.
I remember watching that as a kid and like buying the pay-per-view and being like, I wanted him to win so bad, and I just, it's like you're younger so you don't really know as well how wrestling works. So like in your heart, I was just like, God, I want him to win this match, but I just knew it wasn't gonna happen, like just like my gut knew it wasn't gonna happen. So I was like prepared the whole time to just watch him say goodbye. And then number 1's King of the Ring '98.
Yeah.
I didn't even, fun fact, I didn't even see King of the Ring '98 when it happened. I had a friend tell me about it on the bus in middle school on the way to school on Monday.
Nice.
And she'd be like, it was this, and it was insane, and he jumps, and he gets thrown off the cell, and he falls on thumbtacks, and oh my God, and I had to wait for the VHS to come out, and I bought the VHS and was like, holy shit, this dude is amazing.
Yeah.
Because Mick Foley's my dude, man. I remember watching Raw the first time he won the belt, and just like...
Yeah, Undertaker Mankind...
It's the match,
crazy.
man.
Yeah.
Like that match, you can show that to anybody and just be like, you want to see something cool? You don't care about, who cares about wrestling? You put wrestling aside, just be like, you want to see something cool? Because this is just cool. Like,
it is.
Yeah.
It's a dude dressed as like a Grim Reaper fighting a dude dressed as like a crazed maniac.
Yep.
That's what wrestling should be. Like that's what wrestling is to me. It's crazy characters doing over the top crazy shit. And I feel like it's gotten lost, and it's kind of starting to come back, but it was definitely lost for a long time there because it just seemed like everybody was just their name.
Yeah.
I'm Jeff Maccabee, and I'm gonna wrestle Clinton Farce, and we're gonna fight.
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
just guys instead of characters.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see characters again. Like I love the Bray Wyatts and the Finn Balors of the world. I love Velveteen Dream. I love Aleister Black.
Broken Hardy.
And Broken Matt Hardy. I love characters because I think characters make it fun. And it's funny because it's supposed to be sports entertainment now, right? Like you think they're making it more about it being a story than it being about a sport. So if that's the case, then the characters should be more prominent than ever.
Yeah. Yep.
Because that's what made it in the 80s. Everybody was just like, oh my God, like this dude with this craziness and like...
Giant Gonzalez.
Yeah. Or like even like, I don't know, man, like just like Papa Shango, all those dudes, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that's definitely, I think that's it for me because I think that match in a lot of ways just encompasses wrestling to me, period.
I dig it.
I've got mine ready if you're...
Go ahead.
All right. So, Undertaker CM Punk, Hell in a Cell 09.
I do like that match.
That is really good. It tells a good story, and watching Punk, like, tell the story by working on Undertaker's knees the entire time, where he, like, kicks the steps into his knees, and then he keeps working on it the entire match. That one's really, really good. And my phone freaked out.
Plus CM Punk, and we always need more CM Punk.
We always need more CM Punk.
The next one was Undertaker Edge, SummerSlam 08.
That's a good one.
It used the ring and the
I love
cage.
Undertaker so much, man.
Undertaker's great.
He was in all 5 of mine, wasn't he? That man.
No, they got the Triple H and Mankind one.
Oh yeah, I guess it's right. Huh?
Most of yours. Yeah.
But it's really, Aaron and I were discussing on the way here. It's really Undertaker's match, like.
But I mean, it's not. But that's the thing, is it's not even the only one. It's like, I'm Undertaker. I have the Buried Alive match. I have the Casket match, and I have the Hell in the Cell. I own all 3 of these. Like hook, line, and sinker, they are mine. Yeah. Even Inferno matches are really Kane's, but I can think of an Undertaker being in a shit ton of them as well. So it's like, really, isn't it Undertaker's match, and you're just kind of there, Kane?
Yeah.
But isn't that Kane's life story?
My next one was the one you mentioned, Undertaker and Triple H from Mania 28.
It's so good.
Yep.
And the next one that I had on here was New Day versus the Usos, Hell in a Cell last year, 2017. That one was really good. That's when they had the 3 trombones that they were beating people with, and Xavier Woods got trapped with the kendo sticks. They tied him into the corner with the kendo. Was cool. Or was it Xavier? Was Xavier Woods? Did he get one of the Usos? I don't remember. Someone got tied in a corner with like 4 kendo sticks.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. I thought that was good use of the cage.
Yeah, it's always cool when something like that happens when the cage gets used properly, or when someone throws something at someone and the cage rips open and then mayhem ensues outside.
Yeah.
You got out!
And then my last one is also Undertaker Mankind, King of the Ring 98.
But no Triple H Cactus Jack? Because you can go fuck yourself if it's not.
Well, I just gave you 5, so you know what's on the list.
Dead to me. That's perfect. He falls through the cell again.
I'd have to go back and rewatch all of them to really like distinctly pick out 5, but I was just kind of looking at the list of like 5 that I enjoyed. Obviously, you guys mentioned a bunch that I enjoyed as well. So trying to think of ones that you guys didn't cover. And I actually even forgot about a couple of these.
But then that's not really your top 5, is it, Kyle? That's just you filling the gaps.
No, but I'm just saying,
I
like,
love filling a gap.
I forgot.
That has nothing to do with anything.
I didn't even realize that there were 2 on Raw. So in 1998, after the first one was 97, right?
Yeah.
1998 had 3 Hell in a Cell matches. 1 at the King of the Ring, 2 that were on Raw as War. Like Undertaker and Stone Cold versus Mankind and Kane, and then another Mankind and Kane.
That one was okay.
The third one ever, the Undertaker Mankind, is still just one of the coolest. It was just such a crazy spectacle.
Ever. Of course, it's gonna top this because it tops almost everything. You know, like.
I'd also go with from WrestleMania 15, the Undertaker defeating Big Boss Man.
Well, okay, I almost put that one on because that's like Undertaker at his most satanic. Like he literally has the Ministry come out and fucking hang Big Boss Man. Like they put a noose around that dude's neck and they hang him. Like even looking back, yeah, dude. Even looking back, like everybody at WWE is kind of like, yeah, that was too far. And I'm like, was it? Was it? Because the only thing that would have made that better for me is had they put like sigils and incantations in a circle in the ring and basically just done like weird like straight up black magic shit on him and be like, yeah, no, that dude's dead and maybe a zombie for me now, you know, like
Okay, getting back to
hold on, pause though. No, real quick, just pause. Just think about this for a second. Hanging Big Boss Man is too far, but like 2 years later, I want to say we'll say within 5 years from that, Mae Young would give birth to a hand, and a big boss man would drag the Big Show's father's dead body or his casket by a car.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So of the three, I feel like it's really not that bad.
Yeah. Okay, so my number 2, I'd actually go with the Cactus Jack Triple H.
That was so good.
That was a gnarly match. Is that the one where they got out and then? Or no, I'm thinking Royal Rumble when they got and Triple H cut his calf
Those two
open.
matches next to each other are so good because they take each other to such heights in those matches, just like pure brutality.
You know, the other one that I would pick, the six-pack challenge, 6-man Hell in a Cell from Armageddon 2000.
One where Rikishi was in?
Angle, Undertaker, Triple H, Stone Cold, Rikishi, and Rock.
That's the one where Rikishi falls into the flatbed, right?
I like the idea of a Hell in a Cell match containing more than just 2 guys in a feud.
Yeah, I feel like it should be done rarely.
Well, because I think that kind of led to the genesis of the Elimination Chamber. Being like, 6 guys in a Hell in a Cell, but what if we limited how often they got in? Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like that was kind of the genesis for the Elimination Chamber, and I really like the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, the Elimination Chamber is fun. I think that the Hell in a Cell has gotten kind of watered down over the years, too.
Making any type of match, like having a TLC match as a pay-per-view doesn't make sense. Making Hell in a Cell as a pay-per-view doesn't make sense because then you're forcing a match to take place in it instead of having this is the culmination of all this craziness that could take place at any time. But Hell in a Cell as a pay-per-view in October sells better than Backlash as a pay-per-view in October. Like, the gimmick match is selling to the fans that are like, well, hey, at least we're going to get to see someone in a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, but I really think that's hurt that match specifically. Other
ones
I can handle, like Money in the Bank being just money once a year. Money in the Bank
is fine,
but like Hell in a Cell is really supposed to be about like the final dispute.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to have that in your back pocket
you're in
so that when Bray Wyatt, you have that in your back pocket so that when Bray Wyatt and the Demon King have fought each other 3 times and they just can't figure it out and they just keep hating each other. It's like, you know what? I'm done with this. Hell in a cell. Yep. And then they get to just go balls out crazy and put on a match that just has people applauding, you know?
Yep. The other one that actually I really enjoyed, I'm going to put on Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks.
I almost put that on my list. I really do respect that. The only thing is like everybody gave him so much shit for not breaking that table. But like Sasha Banks weighs like 130, right? Like it's not easy to break a table with 130 pounds. It's not like you're throwing like the Undertaker through the table and the table's just going to splinter and crack.
That match didn't need to go for overly gore or crazy spots or do anything. It was the first time ever putting the women in there. They went out, they had a great match. They'd been having a great feud going on up to that point. Like, that actually made sense to be like, all right, we're going to lead to that. Yeah, Charlotte won that.
So it's good.
And I think I might go with Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon from last year as one of my other favorites. I really like the storytelling on that one.
I don't like Shane McMahon Hell in a Cell matches because they always do the same. Because all Shane McMahon's thing is I fall from things really well.
But the inclusion of Sami Zayn and him helping out Kevin after everything that they had been was such a monumental story switch that we're still running in now.
Yeah.
That I'm very okay. I enjoyed what they did with that match.
And I respect that decision completely.
That one confused me at first because I remember they said it's a Hell in a Cell and a Falls Count Anywhere. I'm like, you're already in a cell.
Yeah. It's always been Falls Count Anywhere, hasn't it? No, I guess it's not.
It's just no DQ. It's still no DQ,
but I mean that basically does say you're gonna get out.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're gonna let you out.
Yeah. Well, Falls Count Anywhere. I'm surprised it didn't end on the top of the cell. That would have been kind of cool. But and it's no DQ, but there's still rope break sometimes as WWE wants the rules to be that way.
Oh, dude, like there's so many, I've seen so many things over the years where I'm like, you're not supposed to be able to do that.
Yeah, because no DQ still means that there's rope break. So you can't pin in the ropes, and you can choke and hold them on the ropes forever, but you can't win that way until you get them off the ropes and pin them cleanly.
That's fair.
Referee 101.
But thanks, Ref Kyle.
Yeah.
I hope you do some refereeing soon. Are you going to be refereeing anytime soon?
I will be refereeing soon. What a great segue into what I need to talk about for Destiny Wrestling Organization. Actions Speak Louder Than Words coming up April 21st, next Saturday at the Cesar Chavez Community Center off Louisiana and Catherine.
Catherine,
is the name of the street.
That's over by Giovanni's.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go get some pizza. Okay.
All right.
There's 3 matches announced so far, I believe. 4 maybe.
4, because there's Sin Bodhi and Hobo Hank and
Chad Thomas.
triple threat
For the heavyweight championship. There's your main event.
There's Turbo Tony.
And Gino
Rivera for the
Albuquerque's own Turbo Tony.
Yeah, Tony.
Dude, did I tell you I went to high school with Tony?
Yeah.
Tony, I love you so much.
So Turbo Tony versus Gino Rivera for the full access.
And that's going to be broadcast on Facebook Live, so even if you're not there, you should be there for the rest of them.
You should just be there.
You should just be there.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you're there and you're streaming that match, like, why not share, or if you're watching that match live, share it on your Facebook as it's happening so that people that aren't there can see what they're missing out on.
Yep.
Or just watch it. Just watch it in your hand and look up occasionally.
That's what I do.
Way they at least get the clicks too.
I use a camera for the whole match on there, so I'm watching it through a little screen instead of right in front of me.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's full access championship. That's a really cool thing that we do, streaming it out for the people that can't be there. But hopefully everyone can be there, other than Izzy. She made plans or something to not be there for this show, which is crazy because she loves Sin Bodhi. What else do we have? We have Chelsea Green, Laurel Van Ness from TNA, wrestling Shotzi Blackheart out of California. Mm-hmm. Those 2 women are awesome. If you've never seen them, you're in for a treat. And then a match that was announced literally yesterday, the Trash King Rey Basuda versus Thunder. Interesting to see how that one will play out. A little bit of.
I totally just showed my bias because I'm all
did.
about Masuda.
I think you did.
Raise my boy.
I have to be.
He's my everything. I love him.
I have to be impartial, but
fuck you, because Ray for life. I love you, Ray.
You went right for it, so that's fine.
I'll play favorites.
We're gonna see some Squires get involved. I think maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see how that goes.
We'll have to see what happens. Sure, there'll be more matches announced in the next week. You've got 7 days until the show, so I'm sure there'll be more. Also, I believe
throat muscles ready.
First row is sold out. I believe second row is sold out. There is still a VIP meet and greet for an additional $20 to meet Shotzi and Chelsea Green pre-show. And general admission. There's also a general admission code. DWOGA gets you $5 off your ticket. Why not save yourself $5? Buy your friend a ticket. And I actually feel like that's what I got a long time ago. I got Mikey to go to a show because I paid for his ticket back when tickets were about the same price.
I'm pretty sure that's how you got me to go.
Yeah.
My friend show too.
You buy someone a ticket and say, hey, come check this thing out.
Yeah, you see that? I'm making connections. This podcast right here. It's
good. But yeah,
that's why
you got to bring people with you.
Yep.
It's great if you guys keep coming. The diehards keep coming time after time, but getting new people to come check it out. A bunch of my family might be going. Apparently, like my aunts and uncles they don't watch wrestling at all, but they're super into DWO. Which is kind of cool. It's a Saturday night thing to do once every other month. So
good barbecue too.
Check it out. Ooh, barbecue.
Barbecue.
But yeah.
I want to say that I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be awesome. I gotta get my throat muscles ready. I gotta get ready to see. Kyle sucks. Yeah, I'll be ready. I'll be there. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it.
I hate you.
I definitely want to take a moment and just talk about me for a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course you do.
Because I love me.
I love me too.
Yeah. Let's hug it out.
All right.
Us.
Oh, you guys missed the best hug.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for having me on. It's funny, I was telling you guys earlier that I actually ended up doing this because it was kind of coincidental that you guys asked me to do this because I've actually been trying to work on a podcast as well. Hopefully we're going to launch it mid-May. It's called What Else Comics. We're going to do one that's basically just about what ifs and elseworlds and alternate universes and just discussing how, one day Wolverine can have 2 hands, and then in an alternate universe he has 1 hand. He gets to plow Jean Grey.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. Like Superman can be a communist, Batman can be a vampire. The possibilities are kind of endless. So we're definitely looking forward to launching that in May. Hopefully I can have you guys come on and talk about your favorite alternate reality comic book stories because I know you're both fucking nerds and have those as well.
We're down.
But thank you guys so much for having me on. This was so much fun, and I definitely am looking forward to DWO on next Saturday.
Yeah.
All right. I just want to let you guys know the music for this podcast is generously provided by Horse the Band. And be sure to check us out and subscribe, rate, and like us on Facebook and YouTube at Freebird Rule Pro Wrestling Podcast and Twitter at FBR Pro Wrestling Pod. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll talk to you guys next time.
See us at the show on Saturday.
Be on the 21st.
Come say hi.